Hey, what's going on, guys? Tony here, CCxRC, and on the bench we've got something a little bit different. We've got a Lexan body from Team Blue Groove, but it's not one that you put on your cars. It's one that you drive over with your cars. So this is like a crush car from like monster truck days, back retro style, when they used to crush a lot of cars because there's a lot of steel cars available. We don't see it as much as we used to in the past, but this was something that I really wanted. They used it in the racing that I go to, and so I wanted to have a few here around the house for when I'm playing with my retro cars. And so I found out that you could get them from Team Blue Groove on eBay, and I picked up 4 of them because it was the last 4 that they have. So if you went to eBay, it's a Monster Jam crushed body car crusher for use with Bigfoot, Snakebite, Bulldozer, all that on their page here. I don't think at first it said crush car or something like that because I had a little bit of difficulty finding it, but I did eventually get to it and found it. But now it seems like the title matches pretty good, and maybe it was that way before. I don't remember at this point, but I remember I did have a little bit of trouble because I was doing like monster truck crush car or something like that, and it just was not pulling up in the searches. But I eventually found it because I knew I had to find it from Team Blue Group. And so they come like most Lexan bodies. These are actually really thick and rigid plastic. I've seen other people where they put a board in here. You could cut it out. You could do a board with dowels under it for like tires if you wanted, and make them single units that would have some weight to them. I don't want to necessarily break my retro, so I'm going to keep them without wood in them so they'll move a little bit. What they do at the local place where I race is that they've got holes in them and they just zip tie them together in a line. But they leave them kind of open inside. So we're going to paint them yellow. I've got this Lexan paint here, Duratrax, that I just picked up at my local hobby town in Virginia Beach, and some white backer. And so we're going to go outside and we're going to get these painted up, and so you can see the details a little bit better because it's kind of hard with this clear body here. Even if I show it to you real close, it's kind of hard to see since it's see-through. But it is, like I said, it's very rigid. And so it'll take the cars landing on it and pounding it and all of that. So it'll be great for this and for my Bigfoot that's back there to have these crush cars to just have some fun with. Anyway, let's go get some paint on these. Alright, so as you can see, I have them out here in the sun. They're drying off because I washed them out with some soapy water just to get any dust or any chemicals that might have still been on the inside of the bodies off so that the paint will adhere better to it. So we're going to just let these dry before we start painting, and then we'll get to it. I am going to put some blue tape around the edge so that the edge will stay clear and keep the shape of the car. Alright, well the trick here is nice light coat on the first coat. Alright, so now I've put in enough coats of yellow. I'm going ahead and adding the white backer, which is making it stand out. You know, it's scary when you're painting with yellow because it just seems so see-through still. But the second that you give the white, it makes the yellow pop a whole lot more. So you can see here. Oh yeah, that's yellow. That'll look good. That'll jump out of the grass. Kind of shaded here. Alright, so I just want to point out there were 2 different paints on the same shelf and I wasn't paying attention. I was actually looking at a couple different colors. This one is actually mellow yellow instead of candy yellow, and it's way better because as it's going in, you can see it. The candy yellow by Duratrax is much more clear, and so you couldn't see where you were actually getting it in there and if you had a good coat on it. And I didn't know until I put the backer on it what it was actually going to look like. So for these crush cars, this is a way better paint to use. So yeah, I just wanted to show you guys this. You can see here with the cars on it, but they're very rigid, and I don't think that they need anything in them. They should last a long time. Again, shipping, I saved money because I ordered 4 at a time. I ordered the last 4 that they had at the time. They've got more in there now. I'll make sure I put a link down in the description below. I'll link to their eBay page in case the other link goes dead for some reason, you know, it expires or whatever. But you could get to it through their eBay page. So anyway, guys, thanks as always for tuning in. Let me know what you guys think of these. Have you seen these before? I know Parma used to make some. and there's a couple other people that made them, but they're kind of hard to find these days. And so this was the only option that I found that was kind of available and for me to purchase. And so I'm happy to have these. I would love, again, to get more, like 12, 13 more of them. But, you know, cost is a little bit prohibitive for me to do that unless I'm going to start hosting races or something like that. But anyway, guys, thanks for tuning in. As always, leave us a comment. Like I said before, let us know what you think. Let us know what you think of the retro racing. And, you know, just let us know you were here. So have fun RCing, guys. We'll catch you next time.